Welcome everybody to our Ayurveda talk. I am Marie. I am an Ayurvedic health practitioner, and we are continuing with the spring cleanse. So important, because the Ayurveda cleanse is not just a way of losing weight. It is actually a way of reversing the disease pathways. In other words, whatever you have been doing with your life, with food, with your lifestyle, with whatever you inherited, those imbalances move into our body and then build in our tissues and create and manifest conditions and symptoms. And then we deal with them, and we think we don't have any way of getting it out of our body, and we do. And that's why the Ayurveda cleanse is here. So it helps us remove what we call excess dosha. In other words, an imbalance. So if you're eating in a way that's too drying, or you're eating in a way that is depleting, that eventually will show up in your body, throughout the whole body. And what we want to do is we want to remove that dryness, that excess dryness. We want to remove the excess depletion, and we do that through rejuvenation. Okay, so now a person that is dealing with a lot of depletion may not be able to do the cleanse the way that other elements and constitutions are dealing with their imbalances, like fire imbalance or a kapha imbalance, which is earth and water. Those people are like ideal to go through the Ayurvedic cleanse. But the people who have the air and ether, we have to really monitor them and pay attention to them because they're more fragile. Okay, so after the heat phase, we talked about that. Then you have purgation. We talked about that. And now we are in rejuvenation phase. This is considered the most important part of the cleanse. And I often have people do the cleanse and they purge, and then they're like, boom, back into their life. But what they don't realize is that this is the most important part, because here is where we build healthy tissues. So I'm just going to read a few things for you. After purgation, you then move into a rejuvenating diet, a nurturing massage you want to schedule for yourself, gentle yoga and exercise, and you want what they call rejuvenation herbs or rasana herbs. And then you monitor, your diet is still fairly simple, and you are likely, after you purge, to feel depleted. So this becomes very important that we reset digestion. Oftentimes we are depleted and tired or vulnerable from doing a cleanse, especially after purgation, and it's normal. So that is why the rasana phase becomes really important part of the cleanse process, because it helps our system regenerate. So one of the things that we talk about in Ayurveda is the rejuvenation phase is a way of creating healthy tissues in the body. Once you get all the toxins out, that means everything that you do from now is a way of building healthy tissues. So instead of going back to your old ways and then just bringing toxins back in, creating the same imbalances that you've been dealing with, what we actually are doing is we have a clean slate now, and we want to build those healthy tissues. We want to form healthy tissues. And this is considered the most important part of the cleanse, because now we build health and vitality. So the tissues are where energy reserves are located. And when the tissues are well built, we have strength, we have resilience, and we have confidence. When we have these cleanses and then we build these healthy tissues, that gets coupled, that then merges with us being able to integrates into having a healthy immune system. So it is a way of strengthening and fortifying our immune system. We can then defend against diseases and illnesses. And when we're doing the rejuvenation phase, it then creates a calming effect on not just our body systems and the nervous systems, but also the mind. And it increases our ability to have kindness and feel love for ourselves and others. It promotes mental health. When we are doing rejuvenation, it is not just limited to herbs that we take, because we do have rejuvenation herbs that we take, but we also include a really rejuvenating and nourishing diet and a lifestyle, and even our behavior and attitude needs to be in alignment with rejuvenation. So it's important part of bringing ourselves into health. So you do these cleanses, you turn the disease pathway around, get the toxins out, and now you build. It's as if your house had gotten moldy and just termites, and it was breaking down. And so the best way to deal with it is to just clear it all out, remove all the stuff that's bad, and now we build a new house. We build a new structure. Because remember, your actual tissues are part of the earth element, and that is where you start to build a whole new way of being. And you can do this. These cleanses are meant to really help us live life in a way where we feel healthy and vital, and we have a good quality of life. And if you can follow through with all of these steps and phases and get to the end and really make the decision, I'm really going to move forward with health, you are supported, because we're in the spring season, which is when we want to set goals. The energy of spring supports a new way of blossoming into the world, a new way of growing into the world. So the energy of spring supports it. And now you've just done this cleanse, removed all the toxins, created a foundation for health. It's fantastic. And it's a process that, like I said, if you guys were to just follow everything that I've been putting online, it's really not that difficult. And you got to just hang in there with it. It does take about 21 days to a month, but then you have a whole new body, right? Because formation of tissues takes about 1 month from when you eat food, and then it feeds and nourishes all the different tissues in the body. By the time it gets to the last tissues, which are the reproductive tissues, it then can start filling up your vital reserves, which is called your ojas. That takes about 30 days. So it takes a long time. So these cleanses are meant to really help you with the formation of tissues in the right way. So let's do it. Let's get on track with our life. Let's start a whole new way. Let's blossom into life in a way that we want to, in a way that's healthy. Okay, so if you have questions, reach out to me. I definitely want to support everybody in this cleanse and encourage you all to do it, at least some form of it, and just reach out to me if you are needing support.